With so many companies supposedly using XRP as reported, how can the price be so low? Butterfingers for the win tonight. Still waiting on price appreciation. We're all waiting on price appreciation, John. You know, just like anybody else, I get beat down with it. But I've done enough to know that it's going to happen, right? I've had enough conversations. I don't think anybody can predict exactly when that's going to happen. But, you know, again, the macro that I've talked about is slowly playing out, and then it will be suddenly at some point in the near future. Do think that you could see Satoshi move his Bitcoin. I've said that before, but I'll just kind of reiterate it again. With the advent of quantum, you've got many people over there on Bitcoin voting that all the early wallets do what they can to move to new quantum-proof wallets so that they don't have to fork the network, and that, you know, all the Bitcoin is then safe and cannot be hacked or taken by a quantum computer. You've also got the XRPL upgrading its infrastructure by 2028 to be post-quantum and proof for quantum computers. That is a real threat. You know, it's not like global warming or this other stuff that's been propagated for many, many years now. But really, you know, it's to be able to stabilize 2 qubits, you have to be at sub-zero. And even in space, there's still vibration and frequency that could cause that to destabilize. So I don't know, you know, it'd have to happen in an absolute vacuum, basically devoid of any temperature. Or they're going to have to figure out some way to be able to simulate that or add additional constraints that cause that to galvanize and hold stability between those qubits before they can actually get quantum to work at scale the way that they're looking for. So, all that being said, we're a little ways out. I think we're a couple years out, and you know, maybe even longer than that. You know, post quantum's been coming for a while. People have been talking about that. You look at David Schwartz; he's saying, you know, 2 to 5 years, I think, is what he was quoted a couple years ago saying. So, if the XRPL is quantum proof by 2028, I think that could be accelerated if it needed to be.